Hey, welcome to my next video. Today I'm talking about preemptive rejection, and it's a pattern I noticed in myself. And I think it's really worthwhile to think about it and notice when you might be following it, and to catch yourself in these instances and stop preemptively rejecting yourself. So what do I mean with preemptive rejection? Um, Preemptive rejection, I mean, is you can do it against yourself or against someone else. It's basically about judgment you have, and based on this judgment, you already reject yourself, for example, before the actual rejection happens. So I notice this pattern in myself when I'm with a friend group, or maybe I'm meeting someone new, and I'm not talking about something about myself that I would like to say right now that I'm really excited about. For example, I like poetry and I write poems, and I have this pattern where I want to say it and then I stop myself because in my head I think, oh, they won't like this. They think it's boring, or they might have a certain stereotype against poets that they will then use against me, a project against me, and therefore I don't share it. So what I'm doing is I'm rejecting myself before the actual rejection is happening. That's why preemptively. And the clue about this is that then I make sure that the rejection happens. I already rejected myself, so I'm not even leaving it up to them. Maybe like there's a wide range of reactions they could have towards me sharing that I'm a poet. They could not care about it, they could be super excited about it, they could also share that they're a poet, they could hate me because they hate poets in general, which is probably like super unlikely. um, they could share one part of themselves, they could ask me a question. There's like million of ways this conversation could go, but in my head it's already a foregone conclusion. No, they will reject me, so I'm already rejecting myself, and then it's done. And I do this with a lot of things, but I also do it with myself as a poet, for example. And I do this in a lot of interactions, in a lot of different contexts. So I actually limit myself and my experience quite a lot by using this pattern, by following this pattern. And it's because it's a pattern, it happens uh, like somewhere between automatic and simile aware. I've become more and more aware about it, and now I have the chance to, like, I don't know what's the opposite of preemptive rejection. It's preemptive acceptance. I just accept myself, and out of this acceptance, I share that I'm a poet, for example, and then people can get in resonance with the self-accepting Nilam, and I think that opens up, as I said, a whole range of opportunities. Um, and then quickly, I wanna also share that was the preemptive rejection, self-rejection, but there's also preemptive, like rejection of someone else. So I reject someone else preemptively, and it's basically having stereotypes in my head and judging someone based on their appearance or based on a really irrelevant detail. But then I have like preconceived notions in my head. I'm sure, like, you know what I'm talking about. It's like someone wears a specific type of clothes, and then I put them in some stereotype, and I'm not double checking that this is true. I just assume it, and for example, I would not interact with this person. So again, I reject this person before really knowing who it is, which again, I am limiting myself and also this person from a lot of possible experiences. So this one is a little harder because For example, if I have a certain notion, a certain impression that this person might be unreliable, and then I try to see, so the next step from just rejecting this person is to checking whether or not this person is actually unreliable, right? That's already a progress. But then if I check if this person is reliable or unreliable, the confirmation bias comes in, the selection bias comes in, where I start to specifically see only those things that are relevant to the question whether or not they are reliable. So more likely I will see that they are not reliable, for example. It's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's hard to fight against that with like a perception or analytical mind. So I think the recipe here is generally being super open and really perceive what you perceive without any filters. And this is the ideal that I'm striving towards. And of course it's hard, and it's kind of a muscle. It's something that needs to be trained, and that needs to be, I need to remind myself basically every second, every moment, when I perceive something, really perceive what I perceive and not push it through any filters. And yeah, so this is already it. Preemptive rejection of myself, preemptive rejection of someone else, and in both cases I'm limiting myself and maybe the other person too. And therefore, if I change this pattern, if I basically fully accept myself and fully accept the other person, I open up the door for tons of opportunities and amazing things to happen. So thank you for tuning in today, and bye bye.